everyone! Today we're diving into a story that's been weighing on a girl's mind ever since she revealed something in her relationship that she now deeply regrets. Let's get into it. My fiancé, Jack 30M, wants to end our relationship because I to 9F didn't choose him first. I'm sorry if this sounds rushed, but Jack, who I've been with for almost a decade, told me recently that he's unsure whether he wants to continue our relationship. I know it might sound silly, but I love him so deeply that it feels like my world is crumbling. This all started a few weeks ago during our anniversary celebration. We invited a group of friends, including one of my closest friends, Amy, during the party. She noticed Jack being affectionate towards me and made an offhand comment about how she'd always known Jack was the better choice for me compared to my ex, Drake. Jack seemed puzzled and asked Amy what she meant. Back when I was in college, both Drake and Jack had invited me to the same event. Jack and I had known each other since high school and had always shared a connection, but we weren't officially together. Adding to the challenge, Jack was studying at a different college, which was a 30-minute drive away, while Drake attended my college and lived just a few minutes from my dorm. The convenience and novelty of Drake swayed my decision, despite Amy advising against it. I never thought that choice would come back to haunt me. Jack was hurt when I turned him down, and I didn't have the heart to tell him I'd chosen Drake. He distanced himself for 6 months, during which it became clear that Drake and I weren't right for each other. When Jack and I reconnected, I knew he was the one for me, and I eventually asked him out, to which he was thrilled. However, Jack's demeanor at the party shifted, and he became distant over the next few days. When I finally confronted him, he admitted that learning about my initial choice made him feel like he was my backup plan. He confessed that he deserved to be someone's first choice, and now he was unsure about our relationship. Despite my pleas for counseling or a temporary separation to think things through, he refused therapy. Our relationship has been wonderful. Jack is kind, intelligent, and supportive. It's hard to believe that a single decision from years ago could unravel everything we've built. I never thought I could ask for a more loving, respectful, intelligent, and charming soon-to-be husband. I'm still trying to understand how all of that could unravel because of a foolish mistake I made 7 years ago. I'm not sure what I'm hoping for by posting this, but if anyone has advice or insight, I would really appreciate it. Time for an update. It's been just over 2 weeks since my last post, and I'm not sure if anyone still cares. I'm feeling lost and confused about everything. I'm also wondering what he's thinking. After my last post, he told me that we should put off the wedding while we figure things out. I took this as a sign that he hasn't decided to break up yet. He chose to say put off instead of cancel, and he added, while we decide how to proceed. I think that means he's not completely ready to give up on our relationship. Even though he's moved into a hotel, I don't want to give up on him yet. Some people say I should give him space, but I've decided that if there's any chance he's willing to stay with me, I'm going to do everything I can to make things right. I've been dropping off food, leaving notes under his door, and we've been talking every day, sometimes even twice a day. Right now, it feels like we're both stuck in limbo. Most of the time, our conversations are about how much we miss each other, the plans we made, and me reminding him that I believe he's my soulmate, and that no matter what happened with Drake, we would have ended up together. But then there are moments when he calls me in the middle of the night, clearly upset, asking questions like, what did he have that I didn't? Did you love him? Was he better in bed? Was he better looking than me? Do you still think he's better looking than me? What does more exciting mean? Do you wish you gave him another chance? He says he desperately wants to be with me, but when he thinks about our past, he says it hurts that I was always his first choice, while he felt like my second. It's painful for him to realize that, despite the feelings we shared in high school. The moment I met Drake, everything between us seemed to disappear. He feels as though I thought Drake was worth my time, and he wasn't, and that really stings. It breaks my heart to hear him try to hold back tears, and I will do whatever it takes to save our relationship. That means not hiding anything from him, no matter how painful it is. I've begged him to reconsider therapy, but he refuses. Some of our friends are doubtful that he'll recover from this, but I don't care. He hasn't asked me to stop trying, so I won't. I wish more than anything that I could go back and change the past, because I love him more than anything, including myself. It feels like a nightmare. Less than a month ago, we were in bed together, arguing about who would get to name our kids, and now, one seemingly small mistake from 7 years ago might take away the beautiful future I imagined with Jack. All I can do now is be here for him and hope he'll give me another chance. But I'm lost about what he's thinking, and I know this isn't a common relationship issue. If anyone has advice or reassurance that things will work out, please let me know. Update edit. He called me about an hour ago. Apparently, some of his friends found this post and showed it to him. He was angry and asked why I would share our personal struggles with strangers. He said, "How am I supposed to face my friends and family now, after they all know that the only reason I'm with him is because Drake broke up with me?" After reading the comments, he realized that it wasn't right for him to keep me in the dark for so long without making a decision. He's decided that we should go our separate ways so that I can decide whether it really is him that I want to be with, and that he wasn't just a convenient choice for now. I can't describe how I'm feeling. It's like I'm so tired. I just want to go to sleep forever. I know some of you have the impression that he's a horrible man, but this was just a small fragment of our relationship and doesn't reflect who he is as an individual in the slightest. He's the guy who spent days learning about my major on top of his own studies, so that he could help me study for exams and proofread my coursework. He spent thousands of his own hard-earned money to give my parents their dream vacation to Australia and insisted that I say I paid for it because they feel bad taking money from him. When my ex threatened to leak nudes that I'd sent him when we were together, I was terrified that he would leave. He took me out to my favorite restaurant and said that there was nothing anyone else could do or say that would ever affect how much he loves me. And then he asked me to marry him so I'd never have to worry about him leaving ever again. My fiancé is the best man that I've ever known, and the assumptions that everyone here has made from hearing about such a small part of our lives is disgusting. I didn't come here for people to convince me that he's immature, insecure, or any of that. I should have known better than to post here, but all I can hope for now is that he sees this. To my fiancé, I don't know what I can say to make this better, and I don't know if you'll be able to heal from this. What I can say is that you are wrong in thinking that I chose you out of convenience. I chose you because you're the most awful, handsome, intelligent, and charming man that I've ever known. Every single moment that we've had together for the last 7 years, every kiss that we've shared, every bagel that we've split, and every I love you that I've said was meant for you, and was an affirmation that you are and always will be my first choice. I don't believe that you want to cut our lives together short. I think that you are trying to heal from the consequences of a mistake that I made, and then I inadvertently set a fire underneath you by forcing you to come to a decision by making this post. Take as long as you need to do whatever it is that you need to do to heal from this, and I'll be here waiting for you when you're ready to talk. If you decide that this is something that we cannot overcome, I would accept your decision, but I know we are stronger than this. Update 2. Before I get into the update, I want to say that I asked my ex-fiancé before posting this, and he said it's fine as long as I don't give away any details that could reveal us to more of our friends and family. I've always been the type of person who values others' input when it comes to making big decisions, and he knows that a lot has happened since the last update. After we spoke, he went completely silent for about 2 weeks to have time to think. The waiting was nearly unbearable, but he promised that once he had an answer, he would contact me. I wasn't allowed to visit him at the hotel, drop off food, or have any sort of contact. When he finally called, the first thing he said was that our relationship was over. However, despite it ending, he still wants to be with me. He told me that if I still wanted to be with him, we could start over completely, as though we were beginning our relationship from scratch. In his words, "While you look back at our relationship and see something wonderful, I look back at it with disgust because you lie by omission every single day." Initially, I was ready to agree right away, but he insisted I take a week to think it through to decide if I truly wanted this. His reasoning was that if I choose to start fresh now, he would be my first choice going forward. As the week went on, I started to realize what this would really mean. I would go from being his fiancé back to being his girlfriend. I don't know when he'll propose again, and since I don't want children until we're married, I'm unsure how long it'll take. In short, it would completely disrupt the life plans we had. I asked for more time, and he didn't want me to resent him later. So he agreed to give me as much time as I needed to decide. This is a better outcome than I expected, and perhaps better than I deserve. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't wish things could go back to the way they were. I've decided to agree to starting over. It hurts that the last 7 years don't seem to mean anything anymore. Not long ago, we celebrated our 7th anniversary. But now, this time next year, we'll be celebrating our 1st anniversary again. To summarize, he broke up with me but offered the chance to start fresh as boyfriend and girlfriend, which would rectify my mistake and make him my first choice. After thinking it over, I've decided to accept. Edit. He read my post and wanted to address some of the comments. 1. If we restart our relationship, he won't hold anything over my head. He's confident about this and insists that if he ever brings it up during an argument, I should leave him. 2. Some people have said that being first is just an arbitrary concept, but he disagrees. Marriage is a construct, monogamy is a construct, and just because something is a construct doesn't make it any less real or capable of causing pain. 3. A reminder that this isn't about me dating other people before him. He doesn't care about that. What matters is that we've known each other for years, had a bond in high school, and waited until college to officially become a couple. But I chose someone else, someone I barely knew. For it's been mentioned that the length of our relationship should influence his decisions. He says it does, but not in a positive way. He's hurt that I didn't tell him what happened during the 6 months we were together, and he's hurt that I didn't tell him at all. He believes I consciously kept it from him. He wants to make it clear that he's not insecure, fragile, or irrational. The truth is, in his eyes, our relationship is ruined because I took away his ability to make an informed decision. If I had known the circumstances of what happened 7 years ago, he says, he would have told me to go F*** myself. Now, he's giving me the option to restart our relationship. Knowing all the facts this time, with us being equals,